Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Good morning. It's happened again. Another dog attack, this time in Bimini, and this time with a tourist. 62 Haitians repatriated, and the opposition says the government needs to speak up on the Grand Lucayan. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Wednesday, July 29th, 2026. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Chester Robards will be joining us. But first, it's time for the overnight, the latest breaking news from while we're sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning.
Wake up, wake up.
In the overnight, a dog attack on Bimini, leaving a 9-year-old boy seriously injured. Police say the boy, an American, had gone to the beach around 10 a.m. yesterday when he was attacked by several dogs. He was taken to the Bimini Community Clinic, where he was examined and treated by a physician. The boy had bite wounds on his legs, right arm, left leg, face, and head. His injuries were classified as serious and potentially life-threatening. He was ill by the Coast Guard after 12 p.m. to receive further treatment. According to police, a man identified as the owner of the dogs is assisting in locating, securing, and removing them. Police say the investigation into the matter is recent concerns over attacks by dogs in the country. In a statement last week, Director of Agriculture Jason Sands labeled reports of attacks by stray dogs concerning and unacceptable, and he noted plans to introduce fixed penalty fines to pet owners in breach of the Animal Control Act. "62 Haitian nationals repatriated as part of the Davis administration's ongoing efforts to crack down on illegal immigration. Assistant Director of the Department of Immigration, Chad Adams, said the repatriation exercise included 48 men and 14 women, with those individuals boarding a Bahamas Air flight to Haiti. Adams says the department received about 50 people from the Defense Force on Monday night following an interdiction at sea, and those individuals were set to be processed yesterday and scheduled to go through the same process of repatriation. The government has heavily pushed immigration as one of its priorities amid concerns regarding national document fraud and border security. F&M leader Michael Pintard calling on the government to speak accurately and honestly about the status of the deal for the redevelopment of the Grand Lucayan in Grand Bahama. Pintard telling the NASA Guardian, quote, "We want the government to speak, but we want them to speak accurately and honestly about the prospects for a sale." The government signed a heads of agreement last year for the $120 million sale of the resort to U.S.-based Concord Wilshire. It was the third such signing for the property since the Minnis administration acquired it in 2018. While the government at the time made the purchase with the hope of saving jobs and selling it off quickly to a new investor, 2 deals for its redevelopment have fallen through in the years since. The months of silence that followed last year's signing ignited fear that it would amount to yet another disappointment. However, in April, weeks before the general election, Concord Wilshire announced that it had entered into an agreement with CTL Marine, a subsidiary of MSC Cruises, to advance the project. Since then, though, there's been no substantial update. National Security Minister Miles Monroe has returned from the Netherlands for a contract signing for the repair of 3 Defense Force vessels. He said yesterday the work is expected to cost $17 million and will take more than a year to complete for at least 2 of the vessels. The HMBS Raleigh Gray, HMBS A.D. Hannah, and the HMBS Cascarilla are all being repaired in the Netherlands. Days after the Bahamas was sanctioned by the United States for allegedly failing to impose and enforce a prohibition on the importation of goods produced with forced labor, a report released by the BNSI, the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, shows that the country once again imported nearly 80% of its goods from the U.S. in the first quarter of 2026. This level of imports dwarfed other imports from individual countries as well as blocs, and likely to renew questions over the specific imports that led to the U.S., including the Bahamas, on the list of 60 countries slapped with tariffs. Bahamian exports to the United States are now subject to a 12.5% tariff. The new BNSI report released Tuesday states that of the $1.3 billion in exports that came into the Bahamas in the first quarter of the year, imports from the United States totaled $1.026 billion. Imports from the U.S. for the quarter were significantly more than Canada, the second largest country from which the Bahamas had imports. A man who offered 2 police officers money to avoid traffic tickets has been fined. 27-year-old Terrence Wright was ordered to pay fines totaling $3,000 to avoid serving a 6-month prison sentence. Wright was driving an uninsured vehicle and didn't have a valid driver's license when he was stopped on July 25th. He tried to make the tickets go away by offering the officers, quote, couple $100 to split, prompting the officers to arrest him for bribery. Wright pleaded guilty to bribery and the traffic offenses at his arraignment before Senior Magistrate Algernon Allen Jr. And a 51-year-old man tearfully thanking a jury after he was unanimously molesting his live-in girlfriend's 11-year-old daughter. The man's name and address have been withheld to conceal the identity of the minor. The girl's unemployed mother and her 4 children were living with the accused in a 1-bedroom efficiency in New Providence. On an unspecified date in August 2024, the mother went out with her siblings, leaving her alone with the boyfriend. She alleged that he then raped her after she took a bath. The girl didn't tell anyone about the alleged sexual assault until October 2029, when she was under suspicion for moving something. While her aunt was searching her for the missing item, the girl alleged that her mother's boyfriend molested her. The man denied the allegations at his trial before Justice Janine Weish Gomez and said the girl made up the sexual abuse claim because he disciplined her. The girl admitted to running away because she was afraid of being beaten for doing something wrong. Overseas, Jordan intercepted missiles launched from Iran early today, hours after the U.S. military said it knocked down another Iranian barrage launched against American forces in the Middle East, ending a brief pause in fighting between Tehran and Washington. The U.S. also said it worked with Saudi Arabia to fire on Iran-backed militias in Iraq. that have been targeting or have targeted the kingdom in recent days. The militia said at least 20 of their fighters had been killed. The fighting coming after days in which mediators said some progress had been made in negotiations to end the war, which began February 28th with American and Israeli attacks on Iran. Though the two sides signed an interim agreement in June, intense bombing resumed this month over disagreements on how to open or reopen the Strait of Hormuz, the waterway crucial for the world's energy supplies that Iran effectively shut during the war. And soldiers and emergency workers combing through a badly damaged shopping mall and collapsed houses looking for trapped survivors today after that powerful earthquake that killed now at least 18 people in southwestern Japan. The magnitude 7.1 earthquake that hit a day earlier in the Kumamoto area of the southern main island of Kyushu also left at least 62 people injured, 6 of them seriously. The tally has been steadily growing, fanning fears that it may continue to rise. The sweltering weather highlighting or heightening worries about the survivors as rescuers brave the heat. It remains unclear how many people might still be missing. Some of the most serious damage was in the Aeon Mall in the Kashima area, which was bustling with thousands of people when the quake happened. One company said some 3,000 customers were evacuated to a parking lot before a gas explosion happened in another part of the mall where some people were still working. And the work status for Haitians working in the United States in jeopardy now with the temporary protected status coming to an end as part of its crackdown on legal and illegal immigration. The Trump administration terminating TPS for about 1 million people from more than a dozen countries, including 350,000 Haitians who have been living and working legally in the U.S. since 2010. The termination, which exposed them to deportation, was challenged in district court. On June 25th, the Supreme Court sided with the government, allowing the TPS program to end. The cases went back to lower courts, which generally take 32 days to announce their decisions following the High Court's recommendations. In the meantime, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services extended the Haitians' work permits. The agency usually acted on the same day that permits expired and offered extensions of only a few days, creating confusion and desperation among employers and the Haitian community. Monday, some work permits were not extended, and fear mounted not only due to the loss of jobs, but also because of potential for arrest and deportation. Almost 1.5 million people have been displaced because of gang violence in Haiti, where more than half of the country's nearly 12 million inhabitants need humanitarian aid. More than 2,300 people have been killed and more than 100 injured since January, according to the United Nations. And confirmed cases in Congo's ongoing Ebola outbreak have reached 3,262, according to the country's Ministry of Health, giving an overnight update. That's nearly the 2018 through 2020 outbreak that is the largest ever recorded in that country. Data from the Congolese Health Ministry showing that 1,437 patients have died out of the 3,262 cases, in what officials have said is the fastest Ebola outbreak on record, concentrated in the eastern Ituri province. The 2018-2020 outbreak that was recorded in Congo and neighboring Uganda lasted roughly 2 years, with more than 3,400 cases reported, including 2,200 deaths. Only the 2014 through 2016 outbreak across West Africa, considered the worst in history, had a higher toll with 28,000 cases and more than 11,000 deaths. Protesters demonstrating against ongoing power outages in Libya, storming a key energy complex overnight, and closed gas lines at fuel power plants, which officials warned could trigger a nationwide power blackout. Demonstrators in the capital of Tripoli and other regions across western Libya have protested for several days over hours-long power outages. They demand better electrical services and have called for the resignation of Prime Minister Abdul Hamid Dibeiba as part of the ongoing protests. As groups storm the General Electricity Company's Melita oil and gas complex, about 55 miles west of Tripoli. The disruption could cause a complete blackout in multiple areas and ultimately collapse the electricity network. The Melita complex is a strategic energy supplier. Gas from the complex is compressed and sent to Sicily through a subsea pipeline. The complex sends 30 million standard cubic meters of gas to Italy daily. The closures of the lines disrupted operations and caused a severe shortage in gas and fuel supplies needed to operate power plants, pushing a number of generators out of service.
This is Sports Update.
In sports, just swimmers were in action for the Bahamas at the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, Scotland, Tuesday, as they brought their experience at the quadrennial multi-sport event to an end. Emmanuel Gadsden was significantly off his best time, but still good enough to finish 10th overall out of 17 swimmers in the men's 100-meter breaststroke. Gadsden, the second fastest Bahamian ever in that event, touched the wall 4th in his semifinal heat and 10th overall in 2:20.56. The 20-year-old collegiate swimmer has a personal best time of 2:16.54 at the Bahamas National Swimming Championships 2 years ago. For more on Bahamians in action, pick up today's Guardian Sports section. And FIFA President Gianni Infantino's plan to create a $20 billion company running the World Cup with private investors, including Kushner, the Kushner family, announced Tuesday and immediately attacked by European soccer body UEFA. UEFA saying in a statement that it's not FIFA's to sell, saying, quote, "None of us are the owners of football." Infantino's plans to form a commercial subsidiary, which would be called FIFA Forward Enterprise, or FFE, running competitions like the World Cup and Club World Cup, were first reported by the Times of London. FIFA saying in a statement that FFE would raise up to $4.2 billion later this year to help fund development programs based on an initial equity valuation of $20 billion by carefully selecting long-term investors who will purchase minority, non-controlling interests. FIFA says it's working with JP Morgan, while intended investors include Thrive Eternal, launched by Joshua Kushner, whose brother Jared, U.S. President Donald Trump. At sports, the overnight, time for your first look at weather. Your first look at weather brought to you by Star General. We've got lingering troughing and moisture that will continue to support showers and thunderstorms across the northern Bahamas today. Meanwhile, high pressure continues to maintain warm temperatures as well as gentle to moderate winds all over the country. An increase in showers may be possible across the southeastern islands, courtesy of moisture from a tropical wave moving just south of the islands. So today, expect to be another hot day with the UV indices in the very high to extreme range and the heat index in the triple digits again today. There is a slight to moderate risk of rip currents for the Atlantic coastal waters, as well as east and southeast sheltered coastal waters. Swimmers should not venture into waters where they cannot comfortably stand. So, your forecast for today. The northern half of the country, expect a mix of sun and clouds during the day, becoming mostly fair at night. For the northwestern islands, including New Providence, partly cloudy for the extreme northern islands. The extreme northern islands looking at a 20 to 30% chance of showers with thunderstorms. About a 10 to 30% chance of showers with thunderstorms for the rest of the northwest Bahamas. The southern half of the country, the central and southeastern islands, looking at partly to mostly sunny conditions today, a bit hazy, turning mostly fair tonight, only about a 10% chance of isolated showers. For boaters, winds southwesterly at 10 to 15 knots, with increasing about 15 to 20 knots by this evening for the northernmost islands. South to southwest at 10 to 15 knots, falling light and variable at times for the rest of the northwest Bahamas. And east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots for the central islands, 15 to 20 knots for the southeast islands. Temperatures today, we're looking at highs getting up to 93 Fahrenheit, 34 Celsius across the area. That heat index will make it feel like it's anywhere from 104 to 106 Fahrenheit, 40 to 41 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 80, 81 Fahrenheit, 27 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll have your extended outlook and a look at the tropics coming up in just a bit. This weather check brought to you by Star General Insurance, made simple.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
You are listening to Morning Blend. When we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on your home for fresh news and smart talk all day. Guardian Radio 96.9.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
At RBC, we think it's your ideas that build a life. And sometimes to keep an idea moving forward, you need a little help. That's why with the loan from RBC, there are no upfront bank fees. And with up to 100% financing, up to 10 years to repay, and competitive rates and terms, there's never been a better time to start the conversation. Let's talk loans. Visit rbc.com/loans today. Your idea of getting there happens here. Conditions apply, subject to normal lending criteria.
Did you know that world-class medicine is just a quick flight away in Tampa? Tampa General is Florida's premier academic health system and one of America's top hospitals. Our global medicine program delivers advanced treatment options, assists with coordinating travel, and provides cultural support for the team. Discover the power of academic medicine at Tampa General's Global Medicine Program. For more, visit tgh.org/global medicine.
At Everybody Wins Live, the winning is bigger, the action is hotter, and the excitement never stops. We're giving away thousands in cash and free spins every month through our high-paying casino tournament. From Spin-Off to Spin Rush to our high-energy slot race tournament, your next spin can turn into your next payday. But that's not all. Lottery players can chase the jackpot, where every $10 lottery spend gets you one step closer to bursting the next jackpot. Will you be our next winner? What are you waiting for? Visit Everybody Wins Live to see all the ways you can cash in.
At CFAL, we understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. That's why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to fit the needs of both large and small companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to get started on building wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for for future generations.
Looking to elevate your gadget game or a tech trouble simply slowing you down? Escape to a world of innovation at Custom Computers, your go-to store for the latest cutting-edge tech. Whether you need to upgrade your life with the best from Apple and Windows or your device needs a little TLC, the Custom Computers Know-How Store is the destination for unbeatable expertise and quality repairs. With 2 convenient locations, there's a Custom Computers near you on Patton Street in Palmdale and Caves Village, or call 396-1100.
Headed to South Florida soon? Holiday Inn Express in Plantation welcomes you to the heartbeat of Florida fun. Whether it's business or pleasure, the Holiday Inn Express is close to sensational shopping, captivating dining, and nightlife. Elevate your Florida experience. Sleep well and rest easy at Holiday Inn Express. Complimentary breakfast buffet featuring seasonal favorites. Keep up your fitness routine in our 24-hour on-site fitness center with cardio equipment and free weights, or take a refreshing swim in our outdoor pool. Your special Bahamas tourist rate awaits. Holiday Inn Express, 1701 North University Drive, in Plantation. Book your getaway now. Call directly at 954-472-5600 or the sales department for reservations and additional information.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
The unsung heroes give us pride in the present, hope for the future, and most importantly, become living examples of the best that we can be.
CIBC Caribbean wants to reward the unsung heroes in our communities. Do you know someone who's been doing outstanding work in their community or performed an extraordinary act of heroism, bravery, or kindness in the last 12 months? Nominate a hero today. Go to CIBCCaribbean.com to learn more.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
Trafficking in persons or human trafficking is defined as recruiting, transporting, transferring, harboring, and receiving of persons by means of threat or force, abduction, fraud, deception, abuse of power, and giving or receiving of payments or benefits with the aim of exploiting them. It is a criminal offense in the Bahamas that falls under the Trafficking in Persons Prevention and Suppression Act 2008. A person convicted of trafficking in persons can receive sentences ranging from 3 years to life in prison and fines of up to $15,000. If you think someone is a victim of this crime, call police emergency at 919 or Crime Stoppers at 328-8477. This message is being brought to you by the Ministry of National Security.
I just paid my insurance premium online.
That is cool. But how about an insurance portal that does that and more? NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers gives you access to a full-service insurance portal where you do, pay, and manage your documents, all fully online. With NUA, you have so much more than just a payment portal. You have a complete insurance portal. Start now with an instant quote at nuainsurance.com.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. wake up.
Welcome back to Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas, Channel 969, and BTC Flow, Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us 422-4796. Standard text rates apply. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. Joining me now, Chester Robards.
Good morning.
Chester Robards.
Yeah.
Good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, this jacket, we were talking about this last week, and it's back again.
Don't hate on me.
It's a very nice jacket if we were in Alaska.
It feels like Alaska.
It's a little chilly in here today. But good to have you with us. Yes. So we had a really great guest lined up, but last night they told us they had to postpone. So hopefully we can reschedule. You all would have wanted to hear what they have to say.
Really?
Yeah. But we'll get that together. So we are going to talk about what's in the news, and there's a lot to get to.
Libya? Oh, no, we don't
Yeah?
talk about that.
Why did you mention that? Because of the report you heard earlier?
Yeah.
Do you want me to read that again?
They got the right idea.
You want me to give the baby people some suggestions? I think that would be considered a crime.
We are the anti-Libya.
That would be considered a crime if we were to read that story again.
Oh.
To try to influence the baby people.
Probably
but I really want to. I'm not going to do it though. But if you missed what we were talking about, you can Google Libya.
Libya plus power outages.
Tuesday power outages. Yeah. But let's talk about what's happening in the Bahamas in the news. That's what you do, though.
It's an interesting scheme, right?
You don't just take it like a loser when you're being tortured.
Well, cutting the power to protest power outages is weird.
I don't think that's what they did. And what they did might have caused additional outages.
But they all collectively call for resignations as well. So.
And not just of ministers.
No, top people.
Oh, boy. Interesting stuff. Okay, so we got a lot going on in this country. I'm sure this is going to anger. We just talked about this, right? How there was another dog attack after a recent dog attack last week, and how little has happened since both of those. There was a statement from the Director of Agriculture. And but it happened again, a dog attack in Bimini yesterday. I'm going to get to that in just a second. There's a lot.
Which part of the world is that in?
Part of the world is Bimini?
Yeah.
I feel you're trying to make a point. Well, wherever
Maybe
Bimini
we'll get
is,
to the point as we talk about this.
Wherever
story.
Bimini is, a lot happens there. A lot happens there. My God, for such
it's a big
tiny
place. Huh? Oh, it's a tiny place.
Tiny place. Like an airplane, when you're flying over, the shadow of the plane often covers the entire island. Like they have eclipses like every day.
Interesting.
You never experienced that? Where you look and you go, oh my God, the shadow of the plane is covering the whole place. It's like, wow, that must be freaky.
Yeah.
Is it just me?
I don't think
Seriously?
I've seen it.
Okay. Well, maybe I was having an eclipse. Okay, so we're going to get to that story, though. It's a serious story in just a bit. This one, though, and every day the courts in the Bahamas, in Nassau, well, it's Freeport too, but the courts are just filled with the most unbelievable stories. This one, I think we've not handled this one, just like yesterday with the crab person. We're not handling these things right. So driver offered cops money in bid to avoid tickets. If only that were the worst of his offenses. I think the others are much worse. But anyway, our TZ Davis writing about it. So a man who offered 2 police officers money to avoid traffic tickets has been fined 27-year-old Terrence Wright was ordered to pay fines totaling $3,000 to avoid serving a 6-month prison sentence. Wright was driving an unlicensed vehicle and didn't have a valid driver's license when he was stopped on July 25th in New Providence. He then tried to make the tickets go away by offering the officers, quote, couple $100 to split, prompting the officers to arrest him for bribery. So he had the money to offer bribes, but he couldn't get a driver's license and insure his vehicle.
Well, clearly, it's not a matter of couldn't.
Just didn't want to?
Clearly.
But it's a fine enough because I would... the first thing that came to my mind, and I'm very much opposed to the physical violence, but I want to flog him. I think he should pay the fine and do the 6 months. Wright pleaded guilty to bribery and the traffic offenses at his arraignment before senior magistrate Algernon Allen Jr. Can he be banned from ever driving? And can he give at least a year or something? This is crazy. We just no one's as angry. You're not as angry as I am about this. This is ridiculous. And he tried to bribe the officers too.
Angry. Mm-hmm.
But this is so many people. So many
exactly.
people.
It's so many people.
No, I think he should go to jail. And never be allowed to drive, at least until 2029.
Well, if he can pay the $3,000 fine, he must be able to license a car, like you said.
You would think.
I mean, I think these people just don't do it because they don't think they're ever going to get caught.
Well,
just goes to show you how lackadaisical we are around here.
Yeah, man.
That people just don't even pay attention to doing it.
3,000 fine and 6 months in prison would make you wake up.
Maybe.
No?
I don't know. I wish I had hope.
Unlicensed vehicle?
I wish I had hope for people.
People called us last week saying they're waiting 6 months to get an accident report. But the person who hit them was driving an unlicensed and uninsured vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, make these people pay.
Absolutely.
With their time in prison and in fines. Let's hear from you, though. What do you make of it? These people are terrorists, and they're doing this to us every single day in this town. Everybody has a horror story on this.
Yeah.
Let's talk. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. Call us toll free, 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796.
I saw someone post a hit and run on, I think it was Noel's Nose the other day. Someone, I guess they must have gotten sideswiped or something.
Wow.
That car is new enough and tech forward enough to have cameras everywhere. So they got every angle of this car to hit them, right?
Nice.
They put it online. But, I mean, these people don't care.
Nothing has happened? The
police
don't get involved?
They didn't.
They can tell you that you have to... Okay.
I'm sure that's what they have to do.
Oh, boy. Crazy stuff. Let's go to the phone lines. You're getting your text messages coming in as well. Caller, good morning. Live on the air.
Good morning, Dwight.
Hi.
And good morning, Chester.
Morning.
Yeah, Dwight.
Turn on your radio for us, please. Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. It seems like we're trying to stop some of these persons who have these jobs to stop making money, Dwight. I keep reminding the Bahamian people that the crime and the foolishness we see when it relates to our judiciary and the rule of law is actually a part of our is an industry, and they just like how they don't tell us nothing. They didn't inform the Bahamian people about this new industry that we have. It used to be what they say banking, fishery, and tourism, right? But the banking then gone, so they had to replace it with something else just as lucrative, right? And that's where they implemented this crime industry because it has to be, because the things we see occur inside this country when it relates to crime, we grew up people telling us crime do not pay, right? And for most of the time in our history, most of us was under that philosophy. But today, we could see cases where crime paid lucrative, where crime people who was involved in crime, they are elevated, they are endorsed, they are encouraged, they are in partnership with the government. Crime pays in the Bahamas, Dwight, and it's so unfortunate. But we have to come to the realization that people telling us something, but we seeing something else happening, right? Or is happening, and what is happening is this government and all of them trying to keep telling the Bahamians that, look, what you seeing, don't believe what you're seeing. Listen to what I'm saying, and that's why it's so much backforward when people voice their opinion, because the leaders in this country, they don't want you to have an opinion on what you are seeing. Guys, have a nice day.
Interesting. Wow. Okay. Wow. I mean, wow. I don't think crime is new. I think it's always been a major industry, in quotation marks, in this country. In the top 10, without a doubt. It might have risen to a little bit higher now. I don't know if it's in the top 3. It could be. It might even be number 1. But it's always been there. Always been there from the pirates. From the pirates. Wow. This texter says here, banned from driving. He probably drove that same car to court. Oh, Lord. That's so sad and probably true. People say it all the time, right? You get in an accident and the person has no insurance or license, and yet the police just say, hey, I'll give you my report soon, and leave everybody, and the person just drives off in the car that has no license and insurance.
Mm-hmm. Very strange, isn't it?
What is that about? Let's take more calls. Caller, good morning. You are live on the air. Hi, good morning. You're live. Yes. Hi, good morning.
A pleasant good morning, Dwight and Jeff.
Hi.
How you doing this morning?
Doing well.
Wish you and your families well. First thing, I have 2 topics if you give me a moment. The dog situation and the crime situation. I was talking to a policeman no longer than yesterday. And a policeman told me he's been on the force for so many years. And the situation is as such, there are young men in this country that come out and do crime, and they want to go back to jail. They said it's harder to live out here on the streets and in the neighborhood than it is to live in jail. In jail, they get a bath every day. They get 3 meals every day. They get to play basketball, exercise every day. They get to play games, and they get videos and telephone calls. And they got families to come every weekend to bring them corned beef and milk and things. Now, like when it comes to the dog situation, I have a very large, expensive German Shepherd male dog. My fence is about 6 to 7 feet high. I bought 2 brand new 5-gallons. There's a 5-gallon bucket of water full with water all the time. I cut the other 5-gallon bucket in half. That's full with food all the time. The dog has everything to eat. But this particular dog, he could climb. I've watched him climb. Goes up on the top, and every morning I get him. He's out in the road, sitting across on the neighbor's lawn. And when I open the gate and say, King, come inside, he starts to walk the opposite way. Everybody in Pride State know my dog, King. Very, very lovable, don't bother nobody. But he just don't like staying home. He just scales the wall. And the German Shepherd, what they call it, the Malinois, they can actually climb. That's the situation. My dog is serviced every month at Dr. Dwayne's, Dr. Basil Sarah's place. Healthy, well doggone groomed, and all his shots and everything. But that's just him. He don't like to be in the yard. Have a good day.
Okay, all right. Well, I hope your dog is well trained and won't be attacking people.
Doesn't join a pack.
Right.
And turn to a life of crime.
And also should audition for the next Spider-Man movie. Caller, good morning. You're on the air. Are you there? Good morning, caller. Hi, call us back. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-425. Now, I'll get to the dog story in just a bit. Let's take this one here before we get back to your text messages. Good morning, caller. You're live on Morning Blend. Hi. There's no way. We just went to you. Wow. Okay.
Wasn't it that, though, cars are supposed to be towed in situations such as this?
Right.
And
isn't that? Then they just pass a law.
Isn't this supposed to be a really good relationship between the police and tow truck drivers? So that should be a thing, right?
You know, they're passing lots of laws. People can't keep up. It seems
exist, right?
There's tons of them. You know, but people don't remember, or they can't keep up. They forgot because they certainly forgot about the blocking up the intersections one. You remember that one?
Well, once the yellow hashes are gone, then it doesn't exist anymore.
That was chalk, apparently. But that right, because people complain about where they're going to impound the cars, right, and whether it was going to be safe there. We should have thought about that before you got.
It's the random impound that's the problem.
What you mean? What they're doing now?
Yeah,
right. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy. But it happens every day. So many horror stories. People saying, the person had no license, the person had no insurance, and they just leave the scene.
Yep.
Caller, good morning. You're live. Hi, good morning. Okay, I don't know what you're doing. Keep tying up the lines. Caller, good morning. You're live on the air. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Dwight. How you doing?
We're doing well.
Good morning, Chester. What's happening, my brother?
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm right here, man. Thank God for life. We live in one of the most beautiful countries, richest country in the world.
That's right.
But bad governance from both the PLPs and SNM. See, I always watch the budget, right? It's the reason why I watch the budget. And for the past 20 years, no government put $1 on our debt. Imagine, right, if we put $500 million on our debt, Chester, and you bought it, Matt. And the bill was cut down from $14-15 billion to $807 billion. They're borrowing all the money. Basically, the roads horrible. They didn't have no home for people to move in. You know, Dwight, you know, like I keep saying, bad management is showing any sensible government or any sensible leader but believe in God, take care of citizens and take care of his country. The rules got to be adhered to by everybody, start from the Prime Minister, and I call all the Attorney General, the finance, I call them constitutional folks, the Commission Police. They need to be made to see obeying our laws. All these fellas ride these motorbike around here, license short, take the bike and burn the bike up. Don't auction them. People drive these cars that don't license short, man, you got to give 30, 40 years in jail. I know you can't bring back life insurance. It's a difference if you have insurance, etc., accidents happen. But this country too slack, man. You need to tighten up the border. Everybody fixing their country. Dwight, what happened to us? Paying taxes, and me getting nothing back. Time to take my call, my brother.
Okay. That's, I mean, okay. Yeah, we have a lot of work to do. I don't know if it's as horrible as
it's bad.
That. I mean, we're not getting anything back. Okay, but much more needs to be done, and much more should be done. Yes, without a doubt. Caller, good morning. You're live.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Strong. Good morning, Chester.
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, right. But I'd like to refer to something yesterday. But as it relates to dogs, right? You know, Sparky's right. You know, I had a litter of dogs a few times. Dr. Sands know I spaded my females. I don't really believe in just breeding dogs, you know what I mean? But there would be one or two that is extra dexterous or skillful. But there was a female I had, and she was only a few months old, and so there was a double gate. And one morning I woke up, and she wasn't even that big. I met her about almost 6 feet up by the fence. Large in between, but what impedes them is when you put wire. So you should put wire around the fence and also have the bottom of the fence where they can't dig out. Dogs will always want to have a way to get out. You know what I mean? But thank God Sparky dog is very sensible. Dogs are kind of territorial, so most dogs won't attack you when they are by themselves out because they basically they just into protecting their space. But then when they're in the park, like Chester says, they become more aggressive. And so the fact that you don't have any ordinances, people are allowed to just have dogs, and some people actually get off on their dogs, attacking people, pedestrians, etc., etc. Some dogs go out and try to bite your tire and all. Like I say, dogs don't bark at parker, but an ordinance need to be had So I went to license my dogs, I do it every year. That's the shortest line in the world. You see what I'm saying, Chester? There was no one there. And so, with that, on the license, they would have the dog. I don't know if the breed is on it, but you just have a number which could tell you who dog it is, et cetera, et cetera. And, that's basically it. But as it relates to law and order, people are allowed to ride on the sidewalks, motorcycles, and allowed to do everything, Dwight, even in traffic. So, and even mechanic shops here and there, everybody just dropping on. There's no ordinances. And so when we look as citizens and we see the lack of ordinances and the lack of revocation and accountability, et cetera, maybe a great insurrection like in Britain and Bristol decades ago would help, because this is becoming a politician's paradise, and it's sickening. But I just wanted to say something. A guy asked you a question, posed a question that was very simple for me, and I'm very ignorant in the legal field, but he asked, why are people allowed to wear ankle bracelet and be monitored if they are not guilty? He doesn't realize, he's very naive about the justice system. What happens is in the proliferation of a lot of crimes, they would urge that you wear an ankle bracelet. That is a condition of your bail. You don't have to agree with that. You could stay in jail, But if you have a plethora of crimes behind you, then they said that you'd have to wear this because you're a dangerous person, or et cetera, et cetera. But the reason for that is that the rights of the collective overrides the rights of the individual. But it's amazing that people didn't pose this question during the pandemic. We didn't see where the rights of the collective overrode the rights of the individual. And so that's a question that he should ask, and that's a question that calls for much discussion. It's a philosophical question. So, and that's what I'm saying. Even with herd immunity, it was like you have to vaccinate this amount of people, and they want to vaccinate everybody when you only needed to vaccinate about 60 or 70% of the people to get herd immunity.
Yeah.
So it's all in our ignorance, and so we're not going to get anywhere like that, because when you are a serious criminal, they have the right to protect society, and they need to know where you are. You place yourself in that position. So that question, that could have easily been answered by any legal expert, because you cannot expect to be doing crimes without being accountable. They have house arrest where you're not even allowed to leave the house, right? So which is it that you desire? And so, it's the government's fault, because they don't. You see where people have ankle bracelet and they don't know where they are. I know they could communicate through them. Sometimes I see guys who used to be around back in the days, they would actually send a message or something would go off, and they would be able to say they communicate to them, and then they would charge it up. Or sometimes a guy would lie and say the battery dead, et cetera, et cetera. But it's a losing battle, because the authorities don't take anything serious yet, Dwight. And when are they going to do it?
Yeah, it's quite something. Wow. Okay. Text messages. This person says here, Dwight and Chester, what happens to dogs and animals who attack people and other animals in developed countries? In this instance, this dog has an owner, so why are we talking about legislation for stray dogs and not holding these? What are you talking about? You're talking about everything. And it's hardly going to be the stray dogs who are bothering you. It's people's cared for dogs. They might not be enclosed in the yard. Roaming dogs, whether they are strays or people's dogs, are often a problem. Okay. This person says here, I sometimes travel on Gladstone Road to get to JFK Drive. There are a lot of drivers who pull in the lane to take you to the airport, but they try to pull into the lane on the northbound. They're in the left lane to go west, and they will cut in front of you. But this happens every day, and the police don't do anything about it. And there are many of those spots.
They go into Fusion's driveway.
I've seen that.
To turn around.
Can you imagine?
And go so they could get in that.
That's a lot of effort.
Left lane. It's crazy.
And then further south on Gladstone, they're driving on the grass. I don't know if that stopped. All kinds of foolishness. And people know, everyone knows, and authorities aren't doing anything about it. Well, not often. Occasionally.
During school rush hour time in the mornings, between East Street and Blue Hill Road on the highway.
Wild.
Some people doing everything they want to do.
And they're making it hard for people actually coming out of Fusion, because people think you're one of them.
Yeah. Exactly.
Look at you like you stole their crabs or something.
When I was in Nigeria, I said to myself, I pray that our traffic situation never ends up like what it looks like.
You mean it gets worse? Gets worse than here?
But we starting to look like it.
Because no one's
signaling. The way
signaling.
people are driving, we're starting to look like it.
We've got more now of the dual-lane carriageway type stuff, and people just are not signaling to change lanes. They're just deciding, oh, I want to go over there. Bam.
People still coming into the roundabout in one lane and in the middle of the roundabout trying to go into the other lane.
Yeah, crazy
but
stuff.
they drive their cars like they don't care if it gets hit. They don't care if they hit you.
Obviously it's not their car, and they don't have insurance.
I don't know whose car it is.
And then this new thing, I don't know if it's new, but people are clearly absent-minded. And every day this week, at least twice since Saturday, someone has drifted into my lane while I'm like riding alongside.
They're on the phone.
And they're like, just, like, what are you doing? You're coming over the line. You're drifting and you're pushing. Yeah. And they're looking at you like, you're crazy. Like, what are you doing? Why are you blowing your horn at me?
Right.
But you... Something is wrong. This person says, I'd like to commend the officers for not taking the bribe and arresting this person. I agree that fine is not enough. Something has to happen. If it was justifying, like, hey, we saw you run that light, but how long has he been driving around without a license and without insurance? Yeah. This person does not care at all about our laws.
People do it at the marathon light there. The first light where you could turn into the mall road by KFC. Like, if nobody is waiting to come out of the mall area at the light and the light is red on Marathon Road, they'll just go.
They
won't sit at the red light. They'll just go.
On Prince Charles as well, near the shopping center there. Yeah. They don't care if someone is waiting. They just go.
They just go. And I saw an officer
catch
somebody.
Both directions.
I saw an officer catch somebody do it. They pulled up to them. They sat. There was an officer on a bike. Sat to their window, said something to them, but that was all they did.
Really?
That was all they did. You can run the red light here. You just
you are anywhere,
just get a talking to.
Prince Charles, near the Prince Charles Shopping Center, and your light turns, if you're not on Prince Charles, coming out one of those corners, and your light turns green, you better count to 3 before you pull off. Anyway, if you're heading south on Jean Street or north on, I don't know what that one's called, don't pull off. There's always an idiot flying through the light.
Yep.
Or sometimes not even flying, taking their very slow time, 5 seconds after the light turned red for them. But they are going because they have to get to wherever they're going, and they don't care. These are scary times, and people are doing anything they want, and there are no real consequences.
None.
This is really scary. All right, let's read some more before we go to the news break. This texter says here, there are hardly any consequences for any crime that's committed in this country. A foreigner burned our flag and got a $500 fine. Well, that's really... you think that's a big crime? But we're not talking about stuff like that. We're talking about murder and attempted murder and all kinds of other things that you have to question the penalties. Burn the flag. Okay. It's not nice, but come on. Wow. So someone's asking, tuned in late, any word on these power bills? We talked about it briefly yesterday. We can talk about it again. Chester, you saw your bill?
Not yet.
You should look.
I don't want to see it.
You should. We'll get back into that, too. We got a whole lot to talk about on this Wednesday morning. Final Wednesday of July 2026. We're back after the news. Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
Welcome back to Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/Morning Blend 969. Text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC 4224796. Standard text rates apply. And now at 8:23, time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. If you're refreshing your home, trust Sherwin-Williams for beautiful color, exceptional durability, and professional results every time. Sherwin-Williams. So we've got lingering troughing and moisture that's going to continue to support showers and thunderstorms across the northern Bahamas today. Meanwhile, high pressure continues to maintain warm temperatures as well as gentle to moderate winds. And an increase in showers may be possible across the southeastern islands today as a result of moisture from a tropical wave moving just south of the area. So as the tropical wave continues to move westward, high pressure will build behind it, and that's going to steer another surge of Saharan dust. And that's going to support some stable conditions as we head to the weekend. Meanwhile, shower and thunderstorm activity will remain marginally elevated across the northern half of the Bahamas as a frontal boundary drifts southward and lingers just north of the area. By Sunday, high pressure will strengthen, and that's going to lift the frontal boundary and its associated weather just north of the region, becoming the dominant weather feature for the next week after the holiday. While generally stable conditions are expected to continue, the chance of passing showers will remain in the forecast as low-level moisture continues to be driven across the islands by the prevailing wind flow. So today, we're going to have to deal with the heat and the UV index, both going to be high. The UV indices expected to be in the very high to extreme range, and the heat indices in the triple digits again today. And there is a slight to moderate risk of rip currents for Atlantic coastal waters as well as east and southeast sheltered coastal waters. So keep that in mind if you're heading to the beaches. Your forecast for today: the northern half of the country looking at a mix of sun and clouds today, turning mostly fair tonight, a bit extreme northern islands. A 20 to 30% chance of showers for the northernmost islands today. The central and southeast Bahamas looking at partly to mostly sunny conditions, a bit hazy, turning mostly fair tonight. High temperatures getting up to around 93 Fahrenheit, 34 Celsius, but the heat index is hot as 104 to 106 Fahrenheit, 40 to 41 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down around 80, 81 Fahrenheit, 27 Celsius. In your extended outlook, Thursday, expect a mix of sun and clouds. Again, slightly elevated chances for rain in the northern half of the country. By Friday, again, a mix of sun and clouds, becoming partly cloudy by the afternoon for the northern half of the country, partly sunny for the rest of the country. Still elevated rain chances for the northern and northwest Bahamas, up to as high as 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Saturday, partly sunny to sunny, turning mostly fair at night for most areas, but partly cloudy for the northernmost islands. And by Sunday, partly cloudy, turning mostly fair at night for the northernmost islands, but most areas looking at a mix of sun and clouds, turning mostly fair at night. For your holiday on Monday, partly sunny conditions across all areas. The tropics are quiet, tropical cyclone formation unexpected through the next 7 days. That's your Morning Blend Weather Check. Weather Check also brought to you by Nassau Goombay Summer Festival. The final one for New Providence is Friday, this Friday from noon to midnight. All roads lead to Goombay Summer Festival. For more information, check out Bahamas.com and follow Tourism Today on social media for more updates. And time for another check of traffic for this morning, brought to you by NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers. So we've got a few hot spots for you right now. We've got Milo Butler Highway looking busy for you just north of Fire Trail. You see that long line of traffic ahead of you all the way up to Tawny Williams-Darling Highway. That's if you're heading northbound. And some slow-moving but manageable traffic on Gladstone Road, northbound mainly at this hour. Over on Blue Hill Road, it's busy near Carmichael and Malcolm Road. Both directions, north and southbound, but especially north of Soldier Road if you're heading northbound to the roundabout with Independence Drive. You're going to see that heavy traffic there as you get over that hill. Independence Drive seeing some slow-moving eastbound traffic at this hour. Got some bit of slow-moving traffic along Thompson Boulevard heading into University Drive near University Commons. Or Big Pond Highway, some call it. And we've got all along West Bay Street, east of Arawak Key, some slow-moving eastbound traffic heading into downtown near Nassau Street. And Bay Street also looking busy for you. Slow-moving eastbound traffic at this hour. Robinson Road between Soldier and Old Trail. Heavy traffic for you westbound. And at pockets along Prince Charles Drive at the major intersections as well. And to real-time traffic and your morning blend traffic alert brought to you by NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers. Renewing your car insurance is easier than ever before. With NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers, you can renew online in just a few simple steps. Discover everything a full-service online insurance portal can do. Renew online in minutes at nuainsurance.com.
Every day in a busy world, we have to do so much. Bank with CIBC and get that personal touch. Share your ambitions, let us help your dreams come true. At CIBC, you're at the heart of all we do. We're on your side, we're listening. We know the way you feel. The IBC, you.
Everybody Wins Live, the winning is bigger, the action is hotter, and the excitement never stops. We're giving away thousands in cash and free spins every month through our high-paying casino tournament. From spin-off to spin rush to our high-energy slot spin can turn into your next payday. But that's not all. Lottery players can chase the jackpot, where every $10 lottery spend gets you one step closer to bursting the next jackpot. Will you be our next winner? What are you waiting for? Visit Everybody Wins Live to see all the ways you can cash in.
New school year, new gear. From uniforms to laptops, a Fidelity personal loan can help you check every item off of your kid's school list. Jump into back-to-school season with ease. Apply for a Fidelity personal loan today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Southwest Plaza has so many stores, I've been trying to find a sensible way to list them all. There's CBS Bahamas, the Ashai Institute, BENC Snack World, Bamboo Shack Bahamas, Air, the Athlete's Foot, and BTC, Games and More, John Bull Fine Threads, Alive, Bahari, Dairy Queen, 700 Wines and Spirits, Sandy's Clarkson Island Lock, Starbucks and Lowe's Pharmacy, plus Marco's Pizza and Lorraine. Southwest Plaza, what a wide array of stores. Southwest Plaza, stop by today and explore.
Saving safe and sound. If a bank falls down, your money still comes round. Deposit insurance, trust that never fades. DIC protects the funds that you work hard to save.
The Deposit Insurance Corporation, protecting your savings. Want to learn how? Call 302-2681 or email info@dic.bs.
Don't shop at Sherwin-Williams then. Don't get the best service in the Bahamas then.
The love is really, really strong in Sherwin-Williams. We don't just sell paint. We service you with a smile, good hearts, mind, soul, and body. And we love our customers as much as we love ourselves. Yes. Real talk. I'm not just saying this to impress myself. We love to go beyond with customer service. So they feel delighted to come in Sherwin-Williams because they know I can either see Dee Dee, or I can see Shelly, or one of our other wonderful staff members. We treat our customers with the respect of our boss because there are many paint companies they could choose to go to. No, baby. If they go to some other paint companies, so I'm going to get this little thing at the end of the week.
We want to make sure you get that little ting, Shelley. Come visit Shelley and Dee Dee at Sherwin-Williams Bahamas, and you'll surely find color in every day.
It may be hot outside, but you can stay cool knowing B.O.B. is backing your summer plans. That's because summer starts with Bank of the Bahamas.
Whether you're paying school fees, planning home improvements, or taking a much-needed vacation,
BOB offers the lowest consumer loan rate in the country, and we will beat any rate offered by 1%.
So don't sweat the small stuff. Let BOB help you take care of business so you can get to summer fun. Apply for your BOB summer loan today.
BOB, your bank of solutions.
Shop early to get your uniforms and catch Janae's Uniform Center's buy 4, get 1 free sale. Pre-monogrammed and regular school shirts, dry fit and cotton polos, jumpers, skirts, boys' long and short pants, PE shorts, underclothes, tights, socks, neckties, belts, sleeping mats, hair accessories, and character work desk. Get 50% off backpacks, lunch bags, and raincoats. Buy 4 school shirts, get 1 free. Buy 2 skirts, jumpers, or pants, get the third 50% off. Need embroidery and monogramming done? Visit Janae's Uniform Center early. Beat the back-to-school rush. Janae's Chesapeake Road back-to-school special. Restrictions apply.
Hey, did you ever sort out the car insurance?
I thought you did.
No, I sent it to you.
You sent me the reminder.
Okay, hold on. Okay, done.
Done?
Yeah, renewed, paid.
NUA Insurance Agents and Brokers gives you access to a full-service insurance portal where you can get an instant quote, renew, pay, and manage your documents. All fully online. With NUA, you have a complete insurance portal. Start now with an instant quote at nuainsurance.com.
You try to rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Making your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
The Blue Heart is the global symbol for human trafficking. It represents solidarity with the victims and a commitment to ending the exploitation of human lives. See the Blue Heart, know the cause, take a stand.
Music, man. This is not a golden rule. Take it and don't be no fool. Check this.
You'll never see a dog barking at a parked car. You'll never see him barking if the car ain't moving. You'll never see people talking about you if you're going nowhere. But when you're trying to excel yourself, they got your name everywhere. Because dog don't bark at Parker, no way. Come on. The only time we can start barking is when the car start moving. Huh. Hey, I say, dog don't bark at Parker, no way. Boy, she thinks she better than people. The only time we can start barking when the car start moving. That's true, what people do, you know. Huh. I know you're trying to figure out exactly what I mean. My friend, listen carefully.
We are back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Chester Robards. Okay, so we got a lot to get into. We're going to get into the dog story. That person before the break, let's do this quick. Did you check yours during the break? Your bill?
No.
So has there ever been a statement on what's changed? The why the bills are out later now? I mean, this is second month, so we're on a new system, it seems.
Oh, is that what it is?
I don't know. No one's ever said anything. There was
you
never an explanation. I was asking.
I thought you knew what the reason was that it was late.
Oh, I was given a reason, but I even reported to Urca. I said, "Hey, Urca, these people haven't issued a bill, you know," and they're like, "No, nobody cares about anything."
You have to report it to the company first.
Oh, they speak to people there. Okay. Anyway, so the bills are late now. That's not so the time has changed now. So they come out later. They come out towards the end of the month for the previous month. So everybody got their June bill. If you check your account, I don't know if they sent the email yet. If you only get yours via email, did you get yours via email yet? No, I don't think I got mine yet. But if you go on your account, you can see. And so mine wasn't significantly higher than the month before, which was the highest bill I've had all year. Right.
But it was high.
It was a little bit higher. and with the $8 and was it 45 cents? So so not much higher than the highest bill I've had all year, but it was high. It's a high bill for me. Like, what is this? Right? So what have you seen if you've checked your bill? Is it the highest bill? In fact, I looked back because it can show you. It's the highest bill I've had in more than a year. So that's disturbing.
But you've changed some things now.
Well, I changed some things for July, so I'm terrified about the next bill I'm going to get.
Okay.
We'll see. I'll keep you posted on that one. Doing something, an experiment. It could ruin me.
BPL could ruin you.
I did what. Let's put it on the table. I did what people say you should do. Right. This is so stupid. It feels stupid, but it might work. People say stop turning off your AC. Keep it at a very high temperature, as in like 78 degrees, and leave it there so it doesn't have to work that hard. It'll always be this, right?
Right.
Oh God, it's been more than 2 weeks.
It's a energy efficient unit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so we'll see if that's just a label or if it means something. I think I'm going on 3 weeks. I've not turned
3
it
weeks?
off. Scared.
Not turned it
I'm
off.
scared. I'm very scared. I'm very scared.
Mm.
What am I doing?
Experimenting.
But it's really comfortable. Like in the middle of the day, and it's like it's not cold, but it's really nice. And so hottest day feels nice. I don't need to turn the fan even.
I see somewhere somebody say you're gonna be hot when you see your next bill. So
or might as well keep
run
it
your
up,
AC,
right? Yeah. No, don't do that.
Don't be hot and hot.
But we'll see. We'll see with this time next month.
So did the fuel charge go up?
I mean, it was high last month. So, the bill, if you check your account, it doesn't give you the type of information that the email gives you.
Oh.
So whenever the email person might be on summer vacation, I don't know. Whenever we get that, I'll be able to tell you. But it was very high. Most of my bill, 2/3 of that was for fuel last month.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't expect it'll be any different.
Yeah.
But yeah. So let us know. Let us know what your bill. What your bill. Someone's laughing at me. Who told you about that with your AC? They say that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even Florida Power and Light, the commercials when you watch the Miami stations, they tell you keep it at the high temperature.
I tell you, my cousin keeps hers at a high temperature.
Mhm.
The house is never freezing,
Right.
but it's never uncomfortably
Exactly.
warm.
It's always comfortable.
Yeah.
Middle of the day, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, on the hottest day of the year, you walk in like, this feels really good.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to, and you can hear the compressor going in and out, which is what they say is good.
supposed to do.
Because you don't want the compressor on the whole time.
Right.
Which, when you have it set to 68 degrees, it's on the whole time.
Correct.
So.
And then don't have a little leak somewhere, a window crack or door.
Right. Yeah. So we'll see. Pray for me. Okay, so let's get into it. The dog story. It has happened again. Our Rachel Scott writing about this. A dog attack on Bimini yesterday left a
But in another
9-year-old
country,
boy. You keep saying this. You need to explain to people why you keep saying that. You don't think Bimini is part of the Bahamas?
Sometimes it don't feel that way.
Because...
Bimini is a strange place.
Mm-hmm. You can say that about a lot of parts of the Bahamas.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't been to all parts
A collection
of
of
the Bahamas.
strange places.
I haven't spent a lot of time in a lot of those strange
You think Bimini is the strangest of all the places you've been?
No. Well, I guess you have to clarify what strange might be. But
Are you going to do it?
Things that, no.
Why not?
I'd like
You-
to go back to Bimini.
Oh, there's it.
My
There he
Bimini-
is. Get him.
Exactly.
Right,
You know,
right.
Pack of dogs or something.
If you're lucky. A dog attack on Bimini yesterday left a 9-year-old boy seriously injured. According to reports, the boy, an American, had gone to the beach around 10 a.m. when he was attacked by several dogs. He was taken to the Bimini community clinic, where he was examined and treated by a physician. The boy had bite wounds on his legs, right arm, left leg. So this is different. Okay. Face and head. His injuries were classified as serious and potentially life-threatening. He was airlifted to the U.S. by the U.S. Coast Guard. because he was seriously injured or because he's American. Both. After 12 p.m. to receive further treatment. According to police, a man who was identified as the owner of the dogs is assisting with locating, securing, and removing them. Did you read the statement?
report?
Was that from the police?
I don't know.
Some interesting language was in the media hasn't carried on with the language, but it's very odd. Very odd. Anyway, police say the investigation into the matter is ongoing.
Bimini type language then.
It said something about a dark complexioned man. What's that supposed to mean?
Okay.
What does that mean?
It was a police report then.
You think? Why did you have to say it like that?
Figure it out.
So this is the Bimini-ness of the
Yes,
right.
yes.
The incident follows recent concerns over attacks by dogs in the country. In a statement last week, Director
In the country or New Providence?
It says in the country.
Sure.
In a statement last week, Director of Agriculture Jason Sands labeled reports of attacks by stray dogs concerning and unacceptable, and he noted plans to introduce fixed penalty fines to pet owners in breach of the Animal Control Act.
Now, one of these recent attacks was Grand Bahama? I don't remember.
that.
Mostly we hear about attacks on New Providence. Not sure that I remember seeing stray dogs on Medium too.
I've seen a few, but they don't have the attitude of New Providence dogs.
Yeah, even Spanish, not Spanish Wells. Harbor Island got stray dogs. Well, but dogs roaming the street. They might not be strays.
Yeah. So we hope to talk with the Department of Agriculture soon, but I'm going to read the statement that they issued. This was last week, and we just said this a few days ago, that we're just waiting for another dog attack because nothing much has been done since the previous two, which were involving older men who were attacked trying to get home and were seriously injured. But anyway, so the release from the Director of Agriculture. Recent reports in the news regarding attacks on persons by stray dogs are concerning and unacceptable. The Animal Control Act of the Bahamas requires that all dogs are licensed, spayed, or neutered. All. That dogs are identifiable and traceable to their owner, and that dogs are treated humanely. Only owners meeting certain criteria qualify for exemptions from spay and neuter requirements for breeding purposes. Ooh. Really?
Yeah.
You knew that?
It makes sense.
What's the certain criteria?
Obviously, you gotta have
what?
The space and the necessary things.
Oh, yeah?
I'm sure.
That's what you think.
That's what they mean.
You sure? Okay. The Animal Control Act also prevents ownership of dangerous and prohibited breeds of dogs. Do we have prohibited breeds of
which
dogs?
ones are prohibited?
And dangerous. Do we have any prohibited dogs?
I don't know.
The Department of Agriculture wishes to assure the public that the Animal Control Unit has increased its enforcement activity by increasing its human resources. That's an interesting way to put it, too. And making investments in equipment required to apprehend stray dogs. However, the department recognizes that prevention is the more effective approach. To this end, the department is working with the Animal Protection and Control Board, so this board does exist, to increase its capabilities of enforcing the Animal Control Act. I saw the recent board listing.
Yeah.
So they
you see
do
it?
have, the board is constituted.
Do we know can we call the names?
Yeah. But our friend Kim Arana is, again, the
On the
chair.
board?
Yeah. I know she was saying that they were lacking in, teeth and the ability to enforce the rules.
Oh.
The board.
The board.
Yeah. So hopefully this tough talk means that things will change. Anyway, the statement goes on to say that in August 2026, we will commence a public service campaign to encourage responsible dog ownership and increase awareness of the legal requirements of dog ownership. Following this campaign, the department will introduce fixed penalty fines as allowed by the Animal Control Act. These fines will be issued to anyone found to be in breach of the Animal Control Act, with regards to the requirement for licensing and keeping dogs. Commencing in August 2026, there will be an amnesty period where members of the public with dogs that have not been spayed or neutered will be encouraged to take their animals to the nearest veterinary clinic or humane society to access these services. I wonder how long that's going to be. All dog owners with unlicensed dogs should obtain the required annual license from the Department of Agriculture. Let's work together to reduce the number of stray dogs and prevent the reported incidences of attacks and dog abuse. Let's become a nation of responsible dog owners. This is going to be a big undertaking. Wow. But interesting stuff there. Let's get your reaction to all of that. As you heard 52 earlier, the line to license the dog is the shortest line in the country.
Unlicensed bicycle.
Did they not recently just say, I think in the new fiscal year, that that's no longer going to be a requirement? I didn't dream that, right? They said that to encourage exercise, they will no longer mandate that you license. They'll no longer mandate that you license a bicycle. I think everybody in the world everybody in this country broke that one.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting stuff. Let's get your reaction. Caller, good morning. You're live on the air. Hi, good morning. You're live.
Thanks for taking my call.
Hi.
To both of you. Dwight, I was able to take, firstly, 2 photos of you guys. A guy, he's in a black jacket and one in a green sweater. And I sent the photo to Aaron. I want you to look at both of them and compare my compression qualities, okay? But you must take a look. I won't give you the whole story behind that.
So you're saying you took a picture of us on the video stream and you're doctoring it to do what with it?
No, I didn't have to doctor it. I want you to compare video streams since you want me to get to the nitty-gritty.
Oh, okay.
Now,
okay.
Yeah. One belongs to me and one belongs to you. But like, you know,
It's scaring me.
The dogs chase my. I'm a cat lover. The dogs chased my cat, killed my cat. I buried my cat. They came, dug up the cat, and decided to feast. So I realized that they're now in dog heaven. Thank God for them. But dogs seem to be running the country. That's really what we have come to. All right?
And we have a canine problem.
Yeah, well, you know, a friend and I, we leave Yamacraw, and we walk, and when we get to Fox Hill Parade, dogs are there that will just threaten you. Now, my partner, he has a licensed firearm, but I say, no, we don't need to do this. We don't need to do this. So I see the issue. The issue is there's an open garbage bin in that Fox Hill Parade area, and that's where the dogs are being fed by every garbage that comes out of the bin. Now that a visitor is being attacked, I guess the dogs that are running the country would begin to run the country.
Oh God, we're gonna get in trouble today. You are a troublemaker.
I'll go deep in, as you would allow me till you cut me.
I was just about to just now.
I know you were. Woo. But no, seriously, we need consistent enforcement, Dwight. You know, not just after a high-profile case. You know, so
That's
please, man. But did that 66-year-old man in Camp Road, did he die from being mauled?
No.
Okay.
But
well, maybe we could step it up a notch and just get rid of the dogs that are running the country. Have a nice day.
Okay, but don't send dogs to dog heaven.
No.
But the authorities aren't. Well, the police don't seem to be very helpful when you do call them about situations
dogs.
like that, and that has been a problem. That has been a major problem. And hopefully, after August, that will change, or there'll be at least a body that you can call, like animal police.
No, they won't see the value in it.
No.
No.
It'd be very helpful. We're getting a report that you've got a dog that barks all night, and we're here to investigate. And if we find, it shouldn't necessarily be the police, but a body that has authority to deal with those matters. Or you've got a dog that's terrorizing everybody.
Or a pack of dogs.
Yeah. And we are authorized to deal with you. We may not be the Royal Bahamas Police Force, but we have, by law, some powers.
Maybe.
Couldn't that be helpful?
There's always a ton of strong talk after these incidents. And then we're lulled to sleep by something.
Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Are you there? No, call us back. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us, 422-4796. We've got a whole lot of your text messages. Let's get to these. So this is going back to what we were talking about earlier about people driving without insurance and licenses and the havoc they're wreaking on us and getting away with it. This person says, I was in an accident where I was rear-ended in March of 2025. The driver was uninsured and unlicensed. The car was unlicensed and the car was uninsured. The investigating officer allowed the driver to drive the car away rather than impound it. That's what they do, apparently. Right?
So they could get into another one.
We were told to report to road traffic in 6 weeks to see who was in the wrong. It took 6 months to serve him a summons. When we appeared before the magistrate, he agreed to pay me in installments to defray the cost of my repairs. I have not gotten a cent yet. He had disappeared off the face of the earth. He was not even charged with driving the unlicensed and uninsured car.
What? See why people throw their hands up every day? See why people use words like insurrect.
It's time to read the Libya story.
Exactly.
It's time to read the Libya story. That's really hurtful. I'm angry. I'm angry. And I know many people in that same situation. But y'all are good. Y'all are good. Tom, you take it and you roll with the punches. You're better than some other people. Because I don't know.
What's the next course of action?
Let me tell you. I'll tell you during the break. This person said tow truck drivers ain't paying dues to police for the call to tow, so people go. I don't know what any of this means. Huh? That's what it says. What? What are you saying?
So
tow truck drivers ain't paying dues to police for the call to tow, so people go. Okay. Anyway, it's just words.
The car is supposed to be impounded, right?
You sure?
And who pays that bill? Not the police. So what are they talking about?
Oh, so no one's going to impound the car. So they just let you drive off, uninsured, unlicensed. Because, this is not a serious
As you
place.
continue to be a danger to the streets.
So that's what I'm saying. You gotta sue the police force, and
you have to. It's something.
Got to, if these things happen. The world knows we are run by lawless people, and they're making some other claims they can't read. So anything goes, including experimenting on Bahamian people, and they're mentioning COVID. Okay. The lawmakers are absent-minded because the dual carriage system and not signaling to change lanes should be a traffic offense. Well, half the country would get locked up. Half the country would get locked up. If your bill is $200 in the winter, in the summer it'll be $400 to $500. So just burn your AC because complaining will only raise your pressure. Burn your AC and don't cut it off because they don't read the meters.
Oh, boy.
Listening to your report on the news about the import bills that Bahamians accumulated through different parts of the world, I did not hear China and the amount of Chinese EVs coming to the Bahamas. Seems like more than 10 million. They claim Canada is in second place. Now, again, all the vehicles aren't EVs, so you could just stop with that. But lots of Chinese vehicles, they've taken over the market without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Across the world.
Yeah, across the world except for the U.S. And Canada. Well, Canada's coming soon. They're starting soon. So, yeah, it is interesting that Canada is second with the most imports into the Bahamas. The United Kingdom, are they third? Really? What are we getting from them? And the European Common Market, no, that's not right. Well, if you count the European Common Market as one block, it's higher than Canada. Okay. And all other countries lumped together for a total value of $167 million in imports. But other than the cars, what are you getting from China directly?
Directly, yeah. Who knows? I don't know.
I mean, there are some Chinese electronic brands.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're
I
getting
don't know
them
what's
directly
coming direct.
from China or from the U.S. I'm not sure how that works.
Yeah, I don't know.
So who knows? Who knows? Okay. Air conditioning is no longer a luxury; it's a necessity, and we're being held hostage by the heat or BPL. Both, yeah. So, wow, we're working to pay BPL. It is going to be often your second largest bill behind rent or mortgage, right?
And food store. Depending how big your family is.
Right. Or your appetite. Sure. Which people say, huh? What? The F&M told us to stop being rude using washing machines all the time and buy a scrub board and bucket.
What is this person talking about?
I remember somebody saying that. Who was that? That was it the F&M or was that Leslie Miller?
I don't remember.
I think it was Leslie. Sure it wasn't. The POP told us to stop being hard-headed using AC at night. I honestly wonder who these aliens are in the House of Assembly because not one of them speak to people like this or suggest y'all know how to rough it in the run-up to the election. Oh, I remember who said that. Oh, it was Hiram Lewis who said something like that, wasn't it?
I don't remember hearing that.
Somebody said something crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was Hiram Lewis. Oh, boy. Well, who are these people? Yeah, Hiram Lewis. That's really crazy. Can you imagine?
We soon gotta go.
Can you imagine?
We soon have to move underground anyway.
Oh my goodness gracious. That's sound advice why the AC won't have to work as hard to cool down all the heated surfaces in your house. However, you forgot to factor in BPL's guesstimation and the mood of the technician while they're guesstimating.
The mood.
Oh boy. You think they're listening to the show?
Yes.
Hey, when you go out there, make sure I don't know. Or I just.
But isn't it all electronic? They don't even come out of their cars.
So they said, right? But my bill went from an average of $70 in January to May. The last two bills were about $179 and $149. Last month, $149 this cycle. I don't understand it. First of all, I don't know what you are complaining about. But also, I mean, it's the summer, right? You're using more electricity, even though you don't use much at all. Good for you. Kind of tell us how often you are living in your home. Are you there like twice,
Right.
2 days out of the month? $70.
$70.
To $179. Maybe now there will be some effort to rid the Bahamas of stray dogs since tourists are being needlessly attacked.
There won't be any effort.
And again, we've got to be careful. The stray is different from roaming, right? We've got dogs around here who think they own the areas, and they're just all about around the place, on patrol, it seems. And when they don't like you, they will bother you. But those are people's dogs. They're well-fed and won't act like that if they're around, or will act up if they're around, depending on how they were trained. This person says here, we need to sack... Oh, no. Okay. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
What?
Morning, Dwight, and good morning, Chester.
Good morning.
Yeah, I heard you mention about the Animal Control Act. You mentioned some information, right? That is very good, but the fact of the matter is that I haven't heard one fixed penalty or what the penalties are for having these dogs, because they are ferocious, but, by all means, because you have two incidents in the Camp Road area, and now you have this incident in Pimney. So what are we doing? Are we serious about dealing with this situation? I also heard that you said that they intend to launch an intense campaign next month. I try to figure out what it is that, how are they going to, these people going to be made accountable for having these animals that is not under control? Because no one should have to suffer the fate of those two elderly men in New Providence, and then now you have a youngster, a foreign youngster in Bimini. What are we saying? Are we serious about governance and enforcement of laws in this country?
Short answer,
That's
no.
The question need to be asked.
Well, yeah, we know the answer to that one. We're not very serious about it. But what's going to happen? Those are good questions you're asking. Again, they're offering an amnesty period for everyone to get on board, have your dog spayed or neutered, and then after that, there will be the penalties. What will they look like? I don't know. We've had various series and registered, do all of that now before the amnesty period is up at the. We don't know if it'll be only August, but they say it begins in August. We've had numerous series here on the show with the Bahamas Humane Society, and they've been telling you about what the act calls for, but there's been no enforcement up until now. I guess we've reached the threshold on how many dog attacks we could handle, and we will see. But hopefully we'll all learn very soon what they are considering.
You mean we've reached the threshold on attacks on behemoths?
I didn't say that, but I don't know if we have done that yet. But one tourist is too many.
One too many.
Yeah. But we will see. We will see. But this is, again, as you said, lots of talk. This happens after every car accident, plane crash, and dog attack. Everyone's very serious about these things. Yeah. And then a month later, we are back to another tragedy.
Yep.
Let's break for news. We're going to pick this up on the other side. A lot more to get to as well, including immigration. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Running low on summer funds? Squeeze every drop of fun out of your summer with a Fidelity personal loan. From backyard upgrades to family getaways, Fidelity is here to help. Call 356-7764 today.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
In the world of business, technology is not a choice, it's a necessity. And for businesses that demand excellence, there's only one choice for unparalleled support and cutting-edge technology. Custom Computers. You have challenges and we have solutions. Computing, networking, storage, and printing for enterprises large and small, aligned with premium brands like HP, Microsoft, Konica Minolta, and more. Get tech done the right way with Custom Computers. Call the know-how team at 396-1101.
Wendy's is spicing things up this summer with the new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger. A hot, juicy beef patty topped with spicy jalapenos, creamy ranch sauce, melted cheese, and fresh toppings for the perfect balance of cool and spicy. Every bite brings bold flavor that keeps you coming back for more. Turn up the flavor with the new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger at Wendy's today. Available for a limited time only.
At Star General, you can go gold. Comprehensive car insurance covers loss or damage from accidents, fire, theft, and third-party liability. But the Gold package gives you increased coverage for rental car and windscreen, personal accident, medical benefits, deductible waiver, and 24-hour roadside assistance where available. Our Star General Gold package, also gives you up to $2,500 for accidental damage to a rental car anywhere in the Bahamas. Go gold with Star General. Insurance made simple.
Get ready to experience the sights, sounds, and flavors of Bahamian culture with the return of Gombe Summer Festival across the islands of the Bahamas. Follow Tourism Today Bahamas for festival dates and the latest updates. The road to Gombe starts now.
Yes, we go and go. Yes, we go and go. Come, let's spend that day. Everybody say, we go and go, babe. Come, let's go, babe.
At RBC, we think it's your ideas that build a life. And sometimes, to keep an idea moving forward, you need a little help. That's why with the loan from RBC, there are no upfront bank fees. And with up to 100% financing, up to 10 years to repay, and competitive rates and terms, there's never been a better time to start the conversation. Let's talk loans. Visit rbc.com/loans today. Your idea of getting there happens here. Conditions apply, subject to normal lending criteria.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Wednesday, 26. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan along with Chester Robards, and we continue talking about what's in the news. A lot to talk about this morning. We are getting through the dog attack information in
Maybe you
Bimini.
could claim asylum. Oh,
Sorry?
Sorry. Just finishing our conversation.
Off-air conversation. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk during the break. Yes. So we continue with that, and we're going to get to some interesting comments from the Minister of State. Is he Minister of State for Immigration?
I think so.
Yes. About repatriations and what's going on, what they're seeing with folks and why they're being repatriated, and a plea to employers about what's leading to this. So that's interesting. We're going to get to that in a bit, but we've been talking about this attack, another dog attack, this time on a tourist in Bimini. Getting a reaction to it, we just read for you the statement that was issued last week after a couple of attacks in New Providence from the Director of Agriculture, who's putting people on notice that you are required to spay and neuter your dogs and license them. That's a requirement. And after the amnesty period in August, there are going to be some changes and some fines and some penalties for people who violate the Animal Control
There's going to
Act.
be enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
After August.
after the amnesty period, which begins in August. How long the amnesty period will be,
who knows?
only God or even dogs know. But we don't know. We don't know. But changes are coming, possibly soon, maybe one time in the future-ish. So we got a few of your interesting text messages here. This person says here, good morning. Spaying and neutering dogs is not mandatory. That's not what the Director of Agriculture says. I'm going to read that again for you. You're not listening. He says, I mean, I never heard that before. Did you hear that before?
No,
it was
I don't think
mandatory.
it was.
I mean, the Humane Society was recommending it. They say it's better for the health of the dogs, and it keeps them in control. Like they won't want to roam as much as a non-neutered or spayed dog. But this says the Animal Control Act of the Bahamas requires that all dogs are licensed, spayed, or neutered, and that dogs are identifiable and traceable to their owner, and that dogs are treated humanely.
That's interesting.
Required. Wow.
Yeah, and none of the shows that we've done with the Humane Society have we
They've
heard
never
that.
said that before.
No.
But they were definitely strongly recommending and strongly telling you that you're a horrible person for making your dog endure labor repeatedly, and foolish to believe that they needed at least 1 litter before you did the deed.
Right.
Mm-hmm. As they kept saying, don't apply your human mentality and ideals to this poor dog. So this texture says here, spaying and neutering is not mandatory. You think I'm going to neuter my female? Well, no, it wouldn't be neutering your female. It would be, right? Spaying your female. Anyway, you think I'm going to spay my female cane corso dog that can fetch me $5,000 per puppy? What now? How much? $5,000. My dogs are house kept and never off my property or in the streets. I'm not paying a dog license fee ever. Whoa. What do you think of that? If it's a house dog, never goes out, it only goes out when I'm walking it, him, her, or in the yard, and then back inside, do you still need to license the dog?
I think so.
Hmm.
Says all dogs, right?
Mm-hmm. Dogs attacked a cat under my car and tore my car to pieces. $2,600 in damages. My goodness gracious. What did that cat do to them? Wow.
What kind of dogs were they?
Jeez. My neighbor's 3 dogs attacked me several, and I was going as I was going out the gate. The police were totally uninterested. These are the same dogs that destroyed your car?
Oh, the same text?
Yeah, same text. These are the same dogs? I mean, if it's different dogs,
I saw a dog
also
car.
bad.
Not like in a video.
This is a real thing?
Yeah.
Not AI?
No.
But I'm concerned about this person. If these are the same dogs, you've got an issue. Different dogs, then, boy, you've got an issue. I think we have a bigger rodent problem than stray dogs. It might be related, though. I think they're all related. I was thinking we can start an industry supplying rat-eating nation. Oh, gosh.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I had a similar experience where, I don't know if this is necessary to say here. Anyway, I had a similar experience where Haitian guys mashed up my truck, and now I can't find him. The vehicle he was driving belonged to his girlfriend. He was not on her insurance and had no driver's license. I sued the guy, and now he's vanished.
But people just vanish after court round, yeah.
Now, you see, you added Haitian in here.
So
is
he might
it
be
possible that he was deported?
Possibly.
So you added that in there. I mean, so possibly he was.
Did he possibly volunteer?
To get away from paying yeah, just send me back. Okay. Back to BPL. I figured BPL a long time. I cut off some stuff, same bill. When I burn AC all day, same bill. So I just live with the bill and don't suffer. Mm-hmm. Let's take some of your calls. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. Call us toll free. 242-300-5720. Caller, good morning. You're live on Morning Blend Business. Hi, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Dwight. Sorry to call you back again. Dwight, two problems with these licensing and things. Majority of these places would tell you have to do things. When you go there, they're on the second floor. And when you are a disabled person, getting to the second floor with a wheelchair or a walking stick or a wheelie walker is highly impossible. So when you reach to the front there, you meet the receptionist. She said, okay, you need to go to the second floor. A lot of these government places were telling you you must do things. They don't have an elevator, and they up on the second floor. We need to correct that also. Have a good day.
Okay. Yeah, that needs to be corrected. That's not the reason why people aren't licensing or insuring the things they need to license and insure. That's certainly not it. Certainly not it at all. But okay. What is this?
License fees for
You getting this?
spade or unspayed. $2.
What is this about?
So
all licenses must be renewed by January.
If the dog is unspayed,
so you have to
costs
pay more?
But if it's law that the dog has to be
This is effective now?
spayed, why would you even have a cost
So we're getting
for
this
it?
information from. So what now? Male spayed or
Why is it-
unspayed?
Why is it
Huh?
25 cents in the Family Islands? Nothing makes sense around here.
So what? The same license? I'm so confused. If the dog is spayed or unspayed, to $2. Female spayed. I mean, that goes okay without saying. $2 unspayed. I don't understand any of this. What does this mean?
I don't know what it means.
Male spayed or unspayed, 25. What's that? Family Island? Okay, please. Oh, my head. What? 25. This is old. 25 cents? What does this mean?
Gotta be old.
The full amount of the fee should be paid by. Okay. That's not new. That can't be. That was confusing.
Yeah, very much so.
So
Somebody
if
need to.
If the dog is unspayed, I can't understand. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, good morning, Dwight.
Hi,
Good
hi.
morning, Chester.
Good morning. How's it going?
Right here, my contribution to this conversation with these dogs is Portuguese. Have you ever driven or tried to walk in Portuguese and see the amount of stray dogs around there?
Chester's always out there. Huh?
I know
What have you seen? Wait, have you seen
I know
Chester?
of a gentleman. I know of a gentleman that has a dog or had a dog that he, I guess, inherited from the dog living on Portuguese for so long. And the dog attacked a man. The man came back to beat up the dog. And the man, the owner of the dog, decided to defend the dog, and he is now at home in the hospital.
The owner of the dog.
The owner of the dog is now in the hospital
And
because the dog bite a young man, and the young man came back with a stick to hit the dog, and the owner of the dog, the man who was looking after the dog on Portuguese, refused. So the guy lived on Portuguese himself too. This is probably why I don't know if it was broadcast, but yeah, the dog bite someone, and the person who was watching the dog tried to defend the dog, and the man ended up hitting him in his head. So now he's in the hospital. I don't know if he's out yet, but the last time I checked, they say he was still out cold.
And the person who did this is just roaming the streets like a dog now?
Because they don't know. I guess it wasn't reported. I don't know if the police knew about it, but I'm one of those who just be on Portuguese. I fishing out there a lot. So I ask questions when I don't see certain people passing back and forth. And that's how I found out.
You said he lives on Potter's Key?
Yeah, he's one of those who lives out on Portuguese.
He's a vagrant.
Yeah.
And he owns a dog.
Well.
Or this dog is
well,
just...
Like I say, he inherited the dog. So, yeah, you could say he owns the dog. So whoever dropped the dog off out there left it. The dog got attached to him. And because he tried to defend the dog, now he is in the hospital. Like you said, the dog bites someone. Some of these people just come back for these dogs, you know. But it is a stray dog. He has a lot of stray dogs. They need to do something with that.
Okay. Wow, that's an interesting story. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, caller, give us a second. So this is the information now from this would be agriculture. Mm-hmm.
This is the real information.
So the dog license application. All dogs 3 months and over in the Bahamas should have a dog license. This license can be issued annually or on a periodic basis. There's a penalty of $40 for any unlicensed dog. 3 types of licenses are issued: males spayed or unspayed, females spayed, and females unspayed. Okay. So eligibility must be an owner of a dog, citizen, or visitor. So the process is, one, the applicant makes a request for the type of dog license at the revenue collection section of the Treasury Department and pays the relevant fee. The applicant's information is entered into a cash receipting system by the clerk. A receipt is issued and stamped with the Treasury date stamp and initiated. The applicant is issued a dog tag license with a license number. Dog owners in the Family Islands can apply for dog licenses either at the administrator's office or the Treasury Department in Abaco or in Freeport. So the fees...
That says Abaco.
It does say that. Is that the type of tuna?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay.
Well, here's the problem with the males. They try to spay them.
That is a painful thing to do. Why would they do that? Why would they say this? Anyway...
The government website says the males should be spayed. This part of the problem.
Yeah.
They're trying to spay the males.
So the fees, I'm going to correct it, but it says spayed or unspayed. Anyway, males, neutered or unneutered, $2.
That's not what it says.
That's not what it says. So it's the same fee whether they are... Okay. I mean, sure. I mean, should it be less for you if you're neutered? Females spayed $2, females unspayed $6. Now, why would that be? Why would there be more? Why would that be a higher license for an
Isn't it always like
unspayed?
that?
Huh? Higher for unspayed dog?
You can be an absentee father dog. It's cheaper that way.
What?
No. I don't
See,
know.
you can't do that.
This
I
thing
hope
that
this,
you just
this
read
needs
makes
to be
sense.
corrected, right? Because this is no one's going to spay. I mean, it's only $6, but no one's going to spay the dog to license the dog costs more if the dog is unspayed. Spayed. Never mind. Okay, I get it now.
How can you license the dog?
Yes, that makes sense. $6 for unspayed.
Yeah.
Right. I'm reading it wrong.
But how can you license an unspayed dog?
What do you mean?
It's law to spay the dog.
Because remember, there are special conditions, special criteria. I completely read that the wrong way. Unspayed.
You mean the criteria for the people who can allow the dog to remain unspayed?
Right.
Okay.
So I guess for those, but again, what are those criteria, right?
Right.
All right. So yes, fine. If the dog's unspayed, you pay more. That makes sense. But why would they not do that for the males? Why would they not do that for the males? Right? You should be made to pay more. It's just discrimination. Canine discrimination.
It always that way?
Family Islands. Males, again, spayed or unspayed, 25 cents.
The man always get away.
Spayed females, 25 cents. Unspayed, 50 cents. Whoa. The full amount of the fee should be paid up to July 1st. For licenses issued after July 1st, only half of the fee is to be paid.
Why is the cost different in the Family Island?
Half of the fee? Half of the 25 cents? Oh, man. We don't have pennies anymore. How's this going? You got to round up, round down. Round down if it's
when you got to go pay that. You could
if it's paid.
You could look on the street and find that on your way to go pay that.
Is this modern information? This
That
is
can't
very
be
strange.
modern information.
Okay. Callers, I know. Sorry. Call us back. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259.
This is why we need AI in some instances, because they could have run that through AI and be like, did you mean neutered? Did you mean abaco?
Oh, Abacore. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Yes.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so a female dog, she can have a puppy twice in 1 year because she's fertile every 6 months, and a male, he can impregnate a female all year round. But it's time to now start looking at the dog as a different industry in the Bahamas, because people actually make a living of breeding and selling dogs. So it's time now to start looking at this as an industry, whereas the country could set up a proper regulatory, and this regulatory will be responsible for identifying persons that are breeding, ensuring that they have the facilities, adequate water, living space, food, and the ability to house these dogs. And also they have to pay for a licensing fee. And there'll be an inspection. And also there has to be a registry where persons register the dog with the government. And if a person would go to agriculture to import a dog, they'll have the fee so astronomical that because they want to refer you to a person here in the Bahamas and say, hey, this person is registered, they breed these dogs here. But it's so much, like people just, when they hear the word dog, they just see them as dogs. But if you go into America and you actually experience a dog show, you'll see that these people pay hundreds of thousands and millions for dogs. They have dogs walking on marble tiles inside house. Dogs value up to $40,000. There's insurance for dogs. But we take everything so relaxed here that we sometimes miss the opportunity to develop things inside of our country. But I'm telling you, the dog industry, you can imagine, like, okay, let's say Grand Bahama doesn't have a hotel right now, but if you put a hotel in Grand Bahama and you partner with the Westminster Dog Show, and they have the opportunity to bring a dog show here for people to come to, again, fill that hotel, there can be tours. I mean, the monetary effect will trickle down inside of the community just through dogs. Dog is a big multi-million-dollar industry that our nation has yet to open its eyes to.
You shouldn't come on the radio and give your grand idea away. You should.
No, actually, I was a breeder for 20 years, and I've retired. I stopped selling the dogs. I had dogs imported from Russia, Europe, all over the world with some of the best pedigrees. And I tried for years to communicate with the agriculture department, the minister responsible for agriculture. I gave them business plans. I told them how many people were interested in coming to here and what we could have done. And these things were simply sent back, response to by the government, like after events would have happened, and it was denied. Like, our eyes are so shallow into things like this. I've just given up on it. You know, because the dog, having a dog is a business, having a dog is a responsibility, having a dog is a family. And so it is important for us to get these. I've noticed the increase of dogs in Freeport. One time ago, it never used to be like this. Now we have strays, Sensorian, all over the place, from Belgian Shepherds to everything you name is just all over the place now.
Wow.
And so it needs to be regularized. People need to be fined. But it can't be a jokey fine. It's only $10 last time I checked to license a dog. Like, those things has to increase. It has to be profitable for the government, for the agents that are going to pay, to be paid, and for facilities to be put in place. But we have to get it under control, and we have to get serious about it. And
interesting.
I'm quite sure people listening know who's speaking. And so if they're interested, I have plenty of information, plenty of experience. Over 20 years, I bred my dogs and sold my dogs, built apartments with the dogs.
Oh, wow.
The dogs are, so when a person tells you that they can get up to $5,000 for a pup for a King Corso, they're not lying. And you can get that right here in the Bahamas, or you can export the dog. Anyway, gentlemen.
Thank you. Appreciate the call. I know the Humane Society has expressed some concern about some breeders and how they do it, and the interbreeding, breeding with genetic relatives and the concerns there with such a tiny pool here, right? And the problems that can arise.
We're still talking about dogs, right?
Yes, yes, Chester. Canines.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, interesting stuff. Caller, good morning. You're live on the air.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Strachan. The gentleman gave out a lot of information. I love that last caller, and so he's correct about a lot of things. Those King Corso that he talked about, I did some work with some clients out west somewhere, right? And I went there, and the guy had two of them, Dwight, and I saw them, okay? And Dwight, they so huge. So I tell him, I say, man, the dog weigh more than me. I can't even come inside the house, but I'll tell you this. He had them so well trained, so I thought I would mention this. I have a bull terrier mixed with a pit bull. And she was a pup, less than a year around that. She was about to bite a guy because I left the gate open, but I went out to talk to him, and when I looked, she was right by one of his legs. And as I shout, she stopped. So what I find out is most people don't understand how obedient dogs are. They don't take the time to train the dogs. Dogs are creatures of habit. They learn through repetition. If you come to me right now and I tell my dogs, get in there, they'll go straight in the cage. So it's not like impossible to have a dog trained. And so I heard the whistle lady, the Arena lady from the Human Society came and she made some statements along those lines as relates to these new implementations to these laws that you were speaking about now that will be introduced in August, right? But what she's saying is it's not mandatory that your dogs be spayed. She's talking about unscrupulous breeders and people. And so what happens is I bred dogs, but to tell you the truth, Dwight, at my age, I just get tired. But, I would only, I love dogs so much, I would only let my females have a litter, and then that's it. Because I couldn't take 9, 12 puppies running behind me for food. You see what I'm saying, Chester? And you got to clean up all the poop and stuff. So it's hard work. So I know within itself, the industry needs to be regularized, like the last caller was saying, because guys just basically only interested in the money. When you look at the way they house them, so even as I have pups, I would have different cages I would buy, and I would put 4 this way, 3 that way, and to lessen the chances of diseases and them defecating on one another. So when someone do come to buy them, they're not all covered in poop. All of these things must be mindful. Also, if you have the dog neutered, it's free to license the dog. I remember I was there. It's free to license the dog. And so what I do is I don't spay my man dog, the breed that somebody wants to jump, then I would do that. But I haven't done that as yet. So people would come to me to jump the dog, but I'm not enthused about it. And sometimes they don't get to jump. So sometimes they say put a muzzle on your female dog because I don't get off on dogs fighting. I am a dog lover by heart. Any form of dogs biting people, etc., etc. That's why I have my dogs trained so well. Some people do, but for me, the gentleman is correct, and he needs to be a part of the program because the license fee and the fines are too small. The government have a chance to collect some money here and fund this industry and maybe put some of that back into the Humane Society because we have gone to the dogs as we relate to the dogs, and we can see it all around. There's no ordinances about anything, Mr. Strachan. Have a good day.
Okay, all right. Thank you. One of our listeners who's living abroad, right, just outlining how things are different outside of our wonderful country. Mm-hmm. We recently adopted a dog. It was a lengthy, expensive process, almost like adopting a child, complete with home visits and interviews. But that's how it is when animal welfare is taken seriously. You're not even allowed to leave your dogs at home unattended for more than 4 hours. All dogs must be chipped and registered. Apparently that is part of the law here too. The dogs have to be chipped, but who knew? Who knows? I mean, the Humane Society tells us, but no one, very few people are abiding by that. But anyway, all dogs must be chipped and registered in a national database, and depending on your region, you must also pay dog taxes. Generally, dogs are well behaved. Most attend dog schools for training, and companionship. Training and companionship during the day. They're designated dog parks. You've seen that all over, and the dogs aren't fighting.
No.
They are getting along well, but you can imagine at a Bahamian dog park. WrestleMania. We need a cultural shift in the Bahamas. Maybe not to this extreme, but something needs to change. Yeah. Wow. And then they're going like, whoa, we have gender discrimination against female dogs too. Yeah. Back to the cars and unlicensed. It's just no licensing of anything going on.
No,
right?
not at all.
A young man slammed right up in the back of my vehicle, and my vehicle was licensed and insured. My daughter was driving. While she was calling the police, he picked up his front bumper and sped off on his merry way. And that was that.
Wow.
I feel like you've told this story before. If it isn't you, then I've heard this story. This happens a lot, apparently. People get in accidents, and the people come out and pick up the bumper or the license plate or whatever it was and jump in the car and drive off.
Wow.
Boy. Some years ago, I called the animal control unit to deal with a stray dog issue at a condo complex. They came with one trap to catch over 10 dogs. Their complaints were that they did not have enough traps. The only enforcement is to have a campaign to euthanize the over 100,000 stray dogs. You think that's how many we have? Well,
I mean, they said it was that high at some point, but didn't they get that down?
I'm sure. Things are bad. They've gotten worse than they were about a year or two ago, but not as bad as they have been in the past. You don't think you think it's as bad as it's ever been with the dogs?
No, I thought it gotten better.
Yeah.
I didn't know,
it's
over a year, it's gotten worse.
It's getting worse again. It's definitely getting worse again. But I still, I'm impressed, I have to say. I'm seeing more dogs use pedestrian crossings than humans. And so they are definitely trainable. And even when they're roaming, they can still behave better than people. You don't see that?
Yeah,
They're always on pedestrian crossings.
Yeah.
I think
they see people do it. So.
Do they?
That must be what it is.
I watched a pack of dogs attack another dog from my window one morning. Okay, you were watching through your window and saw it. Okay. From watching the attack, I have a strong suspicion that some of these dogs are being trained to illegally fight. Such rampant aggression, just like you see from... I had a feeling this was going to go in this direction.
Oh, boy.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll get a little of that immigration story in there. This is Morning Blend Radio 96.9. Stay with us.
Hey folks, thanks for your patience. We'll be taking off very shortly. You should be wheels up in about 40 minutes. And due to a bumpy ride, snacks and beverage service has been suspended. AC has given us some trouble, sorry folks. And Wi-Fi is out. And so is the entertainment. Yeah, I'm sorry about the smell, folks. We are aware.
I know.
Just one more quick note. We are going to have to deplane.
Come on! We're like the plane ride that isn't a nightmare. CG Atlantic Agents and Brokers. Good like that.
Planning for retirement can be overwhelming, but with CFAL, it doesn't have to be. We offer tailor-made individual, group, and pension solutions that take the guesswork out of retirement planning. Whether it's for you or your company, don't leave your future to chance and let the trusted hands of CFAL's experts guide you toward peace of mind and financial stability. Low upfront costs and affordable monthly payments make it easy for you to build wealth so you can live well. Visit us at cfal.com to start on your path toward financial freedom. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
Are you a tourism business owner or ready to become one? At the Tourism Development Corporation, we work with tourism entrepreneurs at every stage, turning ideas into thriving businesses and helping existing ones grow. From business development support and funding opportunities to targeted initiatives and strategic partnerships, we're here to help you take that next step. Build your future in tourism with the Tourism Development Corporation. Visit tdcbahamas.com to learn more.
Back to school just got easier at Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store on Mackey Street. We've got school shirts with official embroidered logos for R.M. Bailey, S.C. McPherson, A.F. Adderley, Kingsway, Queens College, L.W. Young, and many more. From shirts and blouses to jumpers, skirts, shorts, and pants, we've got uniforms for almost every school in the Bahamas. So, skip the stress and shop at Carey's today. Call us at 393-0758 or 817-0758. That's Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store, where back-to-school shopping is a breeze.
New school year, new gear. From uniforms to laptops, a Fidelity personal loan can help you check every item off of your kid's school list. Jump into back-to-school season with ease. Apply for a Fidelity personal loan today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
At Cleveland Clinic, you set your course, not cancer. So when your journey takes an unexpected turn, you seek out the experts who've conquered it before, and you forge new paths to help fight cancers. For every route to a cure, for every care in the world. See how we're innovating cancer care at Cleveland Clinic today.
Did you know that world-class medicine is just a quick flight away in Tampa? Tampa General is Florida's premier academic health system and one of America's top hospitals. Our global medicine program delivers advanced treatment options, assists with coordinating travel, and provides cultural support from a multilingual team. Discover the power of academic medicine at Tampa General's Global Medicine Program. For more, visit tgh.org/global medicine.
At CFAL, we understand that a secure future is the greatest gift you can give your employees. That's why our tailor-made group pension solutions are designed to fit the needs of both large and small companies. With CFAL, you can provide the retirement you and your employees deserve, ensuring peace of mind and financial stability for years to come. Join the many businesses that have already entrusted CFAL to create the right pension plan for their employees, and let us help you build a brighter future for your team. Visit us at cfal.com to get started on building wealth so you can live well. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations.
It is time for your morning business report brought to you by CFAL. The Bahamas is accelerating efforts to diversify its export markets as shifting global trade conditions underscore the risks of relying too heavily on a handful of overseas buyers. That's according to Bahamas Chairman Barry Griffin. His comments come as Bahamian exporters face renewed uncertainty following the Trump administration's decision to place a 12.5% tariff on exports from the Bahamas, highlighting the vulnerability of exporters that depend heavily on the U.S. market. Griffin says the government had the foresight to focus on diversification in exports as global markets shifted. Meanwhile, the Bahamas' merchandise imports climbed 6.4% during the first quarter of 2026, reaching approximately $1.3 billion as imports of machinery, transportation equipment, and food increased. That's according to the BNSI, the Bahamas National Statistical Institute. The first quarter 2026 foreign trade statistics report showed that imports between January and March rose from the same period last year, underscoring continued domestic demand despite a slight decline in exports. And according to the Central Bank of the Bahamas in its latest financial stability report for December 2025, financial stability risks within the Bahamas' financial sector remained well contained during 2025, as well as into the outlook for 2026. Nevertheless, the geopolitical risks in Eastern Europe and the Middle East, coupled with ongoing global trade policy uncertainty, have dampened the global economic outlook and underscored slightly elevated risks over the near term. The report further notes that stability within the domestic financial system remains buttressed by strong capital and liquidity buffers among systemically important institutions, improving balance sheet strength and strengthening coordination mechanisms among key Bahamian financial sector regulators, and through the Bahamas Financial Stability Council. Overseas, the U.S. Federal Communications Commission is banning imports of new foreign-made humanoid robots and power inverters, citing national security risks in a move that targets China, Beijing quickly accusing the U.S. of protectionism. The measures are likely to test relations with Beijing ahead of a planned U.S. visit by Chinese leader Xi Jinping to meet with U.S. President Donald Trump in September. China dominates the global market for humanoid robots with an estimated market share of roughly 85%. The FCC ban also includes new imports of quadruped robots, often referred to as four-legged robot dogs. The agency said imports of advanced robots pose cybersecurity and other national security risks. Offshore production of such equipment also leaves U.S. supply chains vulnerable to disruptions. The ban on power inverters, which are used to convert direct current electricity into alternating current electricity, DC to AC, and are used in renewable energy systems, data centers, and household appliances could have sweeping ramifications. And a federal judge has temporarily blocked Minnesota's first-in-the-nation law banning prediction markets just days before it was to take effect. The latest clash between U.S. President Donald Trump's administration and states over who regulates operators such as Kalshi and Polymarket. Monday's decision is the latest setback for states trying to outlaw or regulate fast-growing prediction market platforms. U.S. District Judge Catherine Menendez in Minnesota found that the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission, Kalshi, and Polymarket were likely to succeed in their challenge to the law, and that letting it take effect would cause irreparable harm to the operators. The law was scheduled to take effect Saturday. It would have made it a crime to create or operate prediction markets or help administer nearly any activity connected to one. The law will remain blocked while the lawsuit proceeds. In your Market Watch recapping trading on the BISX, from Tuesday, your market movers, Bahamas First, moving 6,900 shares, closing at 230, up 15 cents. Bank of the Bahamas moving 8,500, up 4 cents to 850. Kalina Holdings moving 9,000, closing at 17.99 unchanged. Consolidated Water closing at 612, up 22 cents. And Emira Incorporated up 6 cents, closing at 13.36. The BISX All Share Index closing at 3,254.42, up 0.47. That's your Market Watch, and that is your morning business report brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations. All right, so just a few minutes. So 62 Haitians repatriated yesterday. The comments, very interesting comments from the Minister of State for Immigration, Darren Pickstock, as he spoke with reporters at the airport where the plane was heading to Haiti to repatriate these individuals. Take a listen to what he's saying here. Warnings to individuals who are overstaying their time here and to employers. This report from our Vonique Toot.
62 illegal Haitian migrants were repatriated on a Bahamas Air flight Tuesday morning, escorted by 8 immigration officers. The migrants were transported by bus to Lynden Pinling International Airport before boarding the flight. Minister of State for Immigration Darren Pickstock was present during their departure and said illegal overstayers remain a major concern for immigration officials.
48 males, 14 females. And they will be leaving shortly, as you can see. We just want to emphasize the importance of employers ensuring that they have renewed their employees' work permit on time. The major issues that we are seeing is overstay, whether it's overstaying your visitor's visa, or just overstaying when your work permit is not renewed.
Pickstock also had a strong warning for employers
To just please put their applications for their employees in on time. If you overstay, there is a likelihood that you will be repatriated if you're caught. If you're overstaying and you're caught, that you are detained, that you go through a court process, you're charged, and then you are repatriated. And those things take some time. But as you can see over the past few months, I mean, we've really stepped up our repatriation.
He warned that those who overstay or violate the country's immigration laws will face the consequences.
Being firm about this, but we are being fair about it. Our immigration officers understand that in carrying out repatriations, we must be fair in so doing.
Reporting for the Guardian News Network, I'm Voning Tude.
Okay, what are your takeaways from that story there? He's looking all shaken, like you didn't expect me to ask you that. Sorry.
Me?
Sorry.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh.
What? Yeah, you. But everybody. So, I mean, people have been saying this for a while, right? That they're, other than this week when we heard there was a sloop that was apprehended, you haven't heard about that much. That folks are coming here from various places, but Haiti in particular. The legal way, you're coming through as a visitor. But apparently, as we're hearing that report, some folks are overstaying or working illegally, and this is what has resulted in the repatriation. Or they even got a work permit, but they overstayed the work permit as well. So that's
what's been happening here.
That's what's been happening now. So things have changed quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, compared to what they were a few years ago, where you're coming in illegally and staying illegally. But you're coming in the legal way and not, I'm sure they are, but you're coming in the legal way and violating the terms of whatever way you came in. Yeah. So the appeal to the employers, you have a role to play here as well, right? So where do we go from here? Because that's not going to stop.
Enforcement? What else is there to do?
But also people doing the right thing, right?
You also need the employers to do the right thing. In some cases, I think you need the department that deals with it to make things a little easier for people. I've heard that the situation at immigration getting permits, etc., can be lengthy and all kinds of stuff. And a hassle. I mean, when things become a hassle and just difficult.
But I mean, this is happening because you can't find anybody here who can do this job.
Well, that's another issue, though. Right? So, either.
But this is
by the government.
Lots of issues and concerns.
Yeah. There's no real apprenticeship program, no follow up on it. I shouldn't say it's real, but who follows up on it? Who ensures that the person who's training the people to replace them is actually doing that? So I don't know. Who knows?
Wow. That deserves a whole other lengthy discussion on a show, because this is a part of the problem, because you can look around and see that tons of people are not working, but wherever you go, there are a lot of people who are not Bahamian working.
That's right. Who could hardly speak English.
That's all over.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of people who call in to complain about the immigration problems in the country are employing a whole lot of people who aren't Bahamian.
Yep.
We'll leave it there. Chester Robards, thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure.